Hey there, welcome to Tim Talks Cooking. I'm Tim, and today I'm making keto chile rellenos. That's keto stuffed chili poblanos. I think you're going to love this recipe. It's a Mexican restaurant favorite, certainly one of mine. I'm going to show you the macros as well, of course, at the end of the video, so stick with us. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is roast our chilies over the fire on the stove. Now you could do this on an electric stove. You could do this in the oven as well, of course. I have 4 just gigantic poblano chilies here, and I'm going to roast them here just like this and keep turning them until they're blackened all over the outside. Once they're completely blackened, you want to put them in a plastic sack like this one. Here's a good candidate. We'll just put that right on in there, and then close the bag. You could use a tie, or this has a zip seal. And there you go. And then you wait about 10 minutes. This one we're going to let go for just a few more minutes. After 10 minutes, you can pull them out of the bag, and you'll see it's very easy to pull the peel off. It just comes right off. Be gentle, because you want your pepper to remain intact. And we're just going to continue here with the rest of them until we've got them all peeled. Once you've removed most of the peel from the outside, and do the best that you can, of course, you're going to want to make a slit in the side right here. I'll really take your pick of sides. And carefully, because you want the pepper to remain intact, carefully remove the seeds from this interior pocket. I'm going to use a spoon to help me do that, but there's also, there's a big core here, and I'm just going to cut through that with my paring knife. Carefully, again, I don't want to damage the other side, and we're just going to pull that right out. And using a spoon, I'm going to remove the rest of the seeds and the veins. And here's our pepper ready for stuffing. I just put a little bit of the Mexican salsa I prepared in the preceding video in the bottom of this skillet that I can use in the oven, and I'm preheating my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 190 Celsius. Here I've got 20 ounces. That's 1.25 pounds, or about 600 grams of a Mexican cheese called panela. You can use whatever kind of cheese that you like. Cheddar is good, Monterey Jack. Really, even if you have Swiss cheese, that would be just delicious here. And really all we're going to do next is fill up our poblanos with cheese. These are really huge, so they're going to take each one about 5 ounces of cheese. And there we go, and on to the next one. Now here, as you can see, I've got our stuffed poblanos in the skillet. I've put them on top of the sauce a little bit here, and what I'm going to do is actually pour some more of that keto salsa roja on top. Just like this. I'm going to be fairly generous with it. Why not? Notice also that I've used toothpicks to close up the slits. Here we just drape these in the sauce. And I'm going to use the whole jar here, so there we go. It's just beautiful. Now, what we're going to do is stick this in the oven. Remember, 375 Fahrenheit, 190 centigrade. These are going to go in the oven for 30 to 40 minutes, and just until the cheese melts nicely and they're nice and warm and ready to eat. And here they are after about 30 minutes in the oven. They look great, right? And these are ready to serve now. Now here's how I like to serve this, with some fresh chopped cilantro on top. This is really a huge pepper. It's enough to serve 2 people generously, I think. But if you're super hungry and you think you can handle this monster, I say go for it. Well, all right, let's give this a taste. Man, these things are beautiful. They're just huge. Give it a quick taste here. Wow. That is just so good. I gotta say, I think it's even better than what you get in a restaurant. I really love this. Listen, I hope you make this recipe. Let's talk about macros, though, next. For all 4 of our stuffed peppers, and that's without sauce, here are the macros. Whole recipe, 4 stuffed poblanos, 1,904 calories, 35.2 grams of net carbs, 124.4 grams of protein, and 140.9 grams of fat. Now, per quarter, that is per pepper, and these are just enormous. I'm not sure I could actually eat one of these unless I were really, really hungry, although they're so good. If you cut this into 4 portions, each one has, and that's without a sauce, 476 calories, 8.8 grams of net carbs, 31.1 grams of protein, and 35 grams of fat. Now, if you cut that in half, share it with somebody, comes down to something much more reasonable. 238 calories, 4.4 grams of net carbs, see, 15.6 grams of protein, and 17.5 grams of fat. Now, if you serve this with the salsa, as I showed you how to do here, quarter of a cup, 60 milliliters of salsa per portion, whatever size portion you have, you're going to add 16 calories, 2.6 grams of net carbs, 0.8 grams of protein, and just less than 1/10 of a gram of fat. Before we go, don't forget to like, share on Facebook and elsewhere in social media, comment right here on YouTube, and subscribe to my channel. Helps my channel grow, and it helps you find my videos, especially if you click on that notifications bell. Thanks so much for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking, We'll catch you next time.